What is that? Is that a spider behind me? Or is that a floaty? Some things never change. Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo and I am back with another single perfume review. This is another from my research and from suggestions you guys have given me on Black Lives Matter perfumes. And I hope I say this right, but the owner of the house and the perfumer, her name is Chavalia, Mwamba. And I bought her perfume, one of her perfumes off of Etsy. There may be other places that it's available, but I think her main shop is on Etsy. The house is Pink Mahoghany, and the perfume is Paz Encore Nomme. This one caught me off guard. This one is sweet and gourmand-esque without being completely edible. What I mean is because the notes are ripened pineapple, malted sugar, and vanilla, which makes it sound super, super gourmand. But I know those are the notes, but the way it comes across, it's almost like it's put on top of a woody base. Not a generic woody base, just a light, ethereal kind of a woody base. This, and it, I swear there's a little something tart in there. I mean, because when I think of ripened pineapple for me is very sweet, sweet. Every time we go to Hawaii, we usually go through at least 2 pineapples. And even their less ripened ones are pretty sweet. I've never had any that are tart unless they're not ripe enough. And so this has a hint of tart, and I'm not sure what it's coming from because malted sugar and vanilla, that should just add to the sweetness. But there's this almost musky tartness to it. But it totally works with this, and it really adds a little dimension to it. Because when you think of ripened pineapple, malted sugar, and vanilla, that almost sounds like it'd be something that you would get out of a Victoria's Secret or a Bath and Body Works, you know, those kind of notes together. And they'd call it Hawaiian Tropic Sunset or something. But this one is not that in any way, shape, or form. This is sweet, and you get the pineapple. It's like you've just harvested a pineapple and have cut it open once and are smelling the entire thing, because there's definitely some earthiness to it. There is more dimension to it than the notes dictate. That's all I'm saying. Performance on it is, it's a little on the lighter side for me on my skin, but I've been really dry. It's been 90s and 100s around here. So I have been really dry no matter how much I moisturize. So that might have a little bit of a bearing on some of my recent perfume wearings on their performance. But this one I get about 4 hours, 5 hours out of it. It does not have that almost indie DNA that a lot of indie perfumes, I've smelled a lot of perfumes off of Etsy and a lot of perfumes off of from other independent perfumers. And many of those indie perfumes have this indie quality to it. It's almost like some of the natural ingredients create a bit of roughness in a perfume. Now that can be very advantageous if it's a male's perfume to have that rough edge that an indie perfume can give. I don't know if it's because of some of the notes they use or it's because they're natural or what, but this does not have that. This is very smooth. This is very quality. I think this is very unisex. I don't think it really leans masculine any more than feminine. So I know as soon as I said ripened pineapple, several people will immediately go, bing, Aventus. No, they are nothing alike. They aren't even related. They don't even have the same genome. It'd be like comparing butterflies and Komodo dragons. There's just no comparison. So I just want to put that out there. This one is much more, I don't find Aventus to be gourmand at all. This one is much more leaning towards the gourmand without actually diving into the pool and doing backstrokes. It doesn't quite get to that point. It's a beautiful, I think, summer perfume, but this is a perfume I would wear in the wintertime when I'm feeling kind of bluesy and really sick of the snow and the ugly sky and bleh. So I always wear perfumes that remind me of Hawaii in some way at that time to help just perk up my mood. And this will be a perfume that I wear in the wintertime for that reason. But I do think it's a little more geared towards warmer weather. The top is for me anyway, a bit of a journey to the dry down. The top is when I do get that woodiness. I get that from the very get-go. But I also, the pineapple is almost candied at that stage. It very quickly goes away. But it's a very candied, woody, pineapple kind of a smell for the first 10, 15 minutes. And it's beautiful, just beautiful. It's sweet and it has just a hint of tart to it at that stage. Once it dries down, it gets a little warmer, a little creamier, and it loses that candied element of it. And it becomes more the pineapple with the rind. And I also, that's when that kind of musky note kind of comes in, which I have no idea what it comes from, but it's there. I pretty much ran the gambit with it being kind of a candied pineapple all the way to a pineapple with the rind on, having some woodiness in there. The malted sugar adds a hint of creamy, a hint of potentially muskiness. I don't know where that comes from to it. It doesn't have that indie rough DNA that some indie perfumes, especially masculine perfumes, can have. It doesn't have that. It's very subtle. I don't think this is a perfume that would offend anybody. It doesn't smell like a lot of other perfumes that I've smelled, or any other perfume that I've smelled in its purity. The one perfume, though, that I thought of from the first time I sprayed it, and I still think of when I smell it, even though they are still miles apart, I do think they have the same genome, is La Danza della Libellula by Nobile 1942. It, especially in the beginning, it has that definite gourmand. It's very delicious and edible at that stage, but like I said, that goes away within 15 minutes or so, and then it becomes much less gourmand, much warmer, and I almost swear there's a little hint of boozy or something in there too, like she just ran through a bar where everybody's drinking while she was putting it all together. It's amazing, and I really like this bottle. The sprayer is good. The cap fits nice without it. See, because that's one thing I like, is that there's this ridge here. So when you have a tight cap, you have enough room here that when you put the cap on it, it doesn't spray the sprayer and make it leak. I have that issue with very expensive perfumes that I have, and I don't have that issue with this, and it's a really secure cap. So yay on that. Packaging was amazing. Chavalia Mwamba, there is the card that came with it with her picture on it. She wrote a little personal note. You know, so did Chris Collins. So did Kirk Elliott. I love the little personal notes. I save them because I appreciate they took the time to do that. That is Pink Mahoghany, Encore Nomme. And I'll put a link below to the Etsy website where I bought this. She has been featured in a lot of publications lately, and so she is putting a 2 to 3 week, I think, on every order. You have to wait 2 to 3 weeks because she's got to cook it all up, and she's got to work her fragrant alchemy, and before she can send it. Mine took a few weeks to get here because, you know, you can't just put all the ingredients together, bottle it, and send it on. You got to let it age and sit there and do its thing till she says, okay, this is perfect. Now it may go. Price is reasonable, mid-range. It was like $120, I want to say. And this is a 50 ml bottle. I'm pretty sure. Love it. And I can't thank you guys enough for all these suggestions. I have got more to go. I've got Kirk Elliott. I have got Mr. Oz's, a couple of his perfumes. I have got a couple more from Kimberly. I have a couple more that I am ordering that haven't got here yet. I have a couple of new names that I've recently discovered. I'm still going to get Chris Collins's Sweet Taboo. Oh yeah, I'm getting that one. And, I know there's more, but I can't think of them right off the top of my head. So I have a lot more perfumes from Black Lives Matter. And of course, at the end of, you know, once I get done kind of hitting at least one perfume from each house, then I'll do a video to kind of talk about, make sure everybody has a central location to know about all of the houses, and then where I got the perfumes, in case I forget to link below. Lord, don't let me do that. All right. Well, anyway, I love it. Very unisex. Beautiful. Performs, you know, kind of in mid-range, you know, 4 to 6 hours. Well, it's about 4 or 5 hours. Projection is... well, shoot, the first hour, it's really good. It's at least arm's length with a couple of sprays. But it does come closer to the skin, but not a skin scent, more like elbow's length, maybe elbow to hand, for 2 or 3 hours. Well, about 2 hours. And then it becomes a skin scent the last hour or so. It's beautiful stuff. I hope you get your nose on it and check it out. Like I said, I'll put the link below to her Etsy store, Chavalia Mwamba, so that you can, and Pink Mahoghany, so that you can check out all of her offerings. So, all right, everybody, that's about it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ding, ding, ding the bell if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. All right, everybody, take care. Use your nose. Peace. That was a double piece. Ooh.